It is raining in game. We have our forest and moon. So cozy. It's exactly the kind of vibes I want in playing Stardew Valley. Let's get the over to Emily. Technically, now that we've seen the 14 heart event, there's really nothing else to marriage. It's gonna rain on the island tomorrow. It'll be fine here. So I have the gifts for George active, and I have some spring seeds growing. I don't know if I'll actually go to the Skull Cavern for the Skull Cavern invasion. I should probably at least take a peek. I put Egg Festival in the tags for the stream, but I don't know if we'll actually get that far. It is in the 4th after all. So, give that grass a chance to grow a little bit. Oh, I forgot to salvage new cow that was born. I was like, why on earth did I get some small milk? It's because I had an extra cow that I forgot about. Actually, the smart thing to do is that milk powder would then keep clicking on milk. I'll have an extra cheese to sell tomorrow. Okay, goes there. Put those in there. I'm gonna make sure I'm making as much money as I can. Yeah. UI Info Suite does have a special icon for rain on the island, which is nice of it. Store, I guess I'm fairly doing well. How's the greenhouse looking? I don't have a farm computer yet, so I can't use that to check. Summon checker will be ready in 5 days. There will be plenty of things grown tomorrow. Parsnip, garlic, and carrots. Yeah, let's go to the island. Wait, not the island, the desert. Wait, damn to get you. I should use that time to go back to my farm and grab my cherry bombs, but this stream started on YouTube. It did. I think. I can't see the game right now. Has it been like that the whole time? go. Hopefully that wasn't a big issue. Wasn't sure if I was testing this, but we seem to be okay now. Not sure why OBS has two instances of Stardew Valley and it chose the wrong one. The skull cavern looks very red today. And I don't think the skull cavern invasion is supposed to inherently make it look red. I'm not sure what's going on there. There will be stronger slimes in here today than usual. They're wearing shades. There's also this guy who, like the squid kid, shoots fire. But unlike the squid kid, has more than 1 HP. And these bugs still cannot be defeated. They can go side to side instead of just up and down. They still can't be defeated. So basically everything in here will take more hits to kill. But when a key quest is active in one of the mines, you can find key gems from enemies sometimes. We have royal serpents instead of the regular serpents today. They can have many segments to them. The more segments they have, the more health they have, the more damage they do to you. I think 13 segments is the most they can have. That one is fairly beefy. Of course, you don't expect any of these enemies to be less than horribly aggressive. If you're rolling with the slime charmer ring, it does work on the stronger slimes too. It works on any and all slimes regardless of their strength. I'm realizing how bad losing out on the blackberries really was, because Desert Festival wanted to deal with making salmon berries. But we'll cope. One of the 4 days of salmon berry season does not have a desert festival. I did not realize that boxes could drop staircases. Huh. I learned something today. I can't say that every time I play Stardew. I just got 3 royal serpents left. I wasn't sure if I was going to be going to the skull caverns when I chose my dwarf perk, otherwise I might have chosen the one for more ladders and mine shafts. But if I can manage to get down far enough to find radium nodes anyway, then I'll be happy I took the +1. Or if I find any radioactive ore, which is the reason I came here, hoping to find at least a couple of those. I wasn't sure if the slime couldn't get through that gap or if it was just incompetent. I might watch that stream if I weren't streaming myself. At least inside YouTube gave me a notification about checking out my own stream. It was amusing the first couple times, but I'm not sure if the extra 1 ore per node would apply to an iridium grab. I don't see any radioactive ore, so that was a mistake. Oh, and they're both coming towards me. I realized that the second I dropped down that I needed to heal before I dropped down. I knew I was dead the moment I said yes. I lost nothing important. Thankfully. But that was still a foolish mistake. I should know better than to hop down in a situation like that. I'll still get the staircase back, just because I'm not duplicating Jade right now. How about instead of going to make it so that I can duplicate more Jade, or so instead of going to that staircase, why don't I just start duplicating Jade? Crystallariums are made with 99 stone, 5 gold bars, 2 iridium bars, and a battery pack. I recently smelted a whole bunch of iridium, and as far as going deeper in as far as using iridium goes, one of the best things you can use iridium on is making crystallariums so you can get more jade. Because more jade means lots of staircases, means easier to get deep into the skull caverns, which means you get that iridium back. How many can I... Let's make 10. For now. I'll put this slime in here. Do I even have 10 jades? I have 11. So yes. Okay. Put that stuff away. Sap away. Put bombs. Bombs away. By the way, the dressers, they are all this. They are not the same. So the stuff I put in that dresser does not show up in the other dresser, which is a bit of a shame. I want to pick this stuff up, but I have to be careful to not use all of my energy in the process. can. And now all of those thankless clams are producing jades, which I can trade in on Sundays for staircases. Also, it's a easy way to get a lot of stone. You can trade in the jade for staircases and use a deconstructor to turn the staircase into 99 stone. I'm going to check what I said I was going to check last time. I need to check for fish. Which means I'm opening up a handy thing I have saved on Reddit. It's a checklist of cooking ingredients. Both color-coded and one that's in black and white if you want to print it, but I don't print things very often. So, I'm checking my fishing chest. Ones that I can get in spring include sardine. Do I have sardines? Or, yes, I have 2 sardines, which is what I need. I've got the bream, which is available in all seasons. I need a largemouth bass, and do I have one in here? I have a couple in here. There's not available now. I do need a flounder. Yeah, I have flounder. Carp can be gotten all seasons. I don't think I have 4 carp right now, but they'll be easy to get. Sunfish. I need a sunfish. I have a couple sunfish. Do I have a couple eel? I have several eel. We're good there. And everything else is all seasons. And a lot of them are crab pot fish. Clam is one, and I have clam. Lobster, I need one, and I have one. I don't see a crayfish in here. I do see crab. Shrimp. I know I have shrimp. Plenty of shrimp. And then snail, looks like mussel, snail, periwinkle, and crayfish are the ones I'm missing. Oh, no, I have mussel. So it's snail, periwinkle, and crayfish. 1 crayfish, 1 snail, and 2 periwinkles. As it so happens, all of those fish are ones you get from freshwater crab pots, which means I want to bring them back to my farm. Let's pop another Joja Cola. Also, it will give me a little bit of energy to pick up my bait maker. I thought I briefly saw a spot where a panning spot. I'm going to grab what I see on this side at least. Have fun. Head back home. Place down those crab pots. Start getting what I need. Also, having them on the farm will make it easier to remember to check them, and then I can turn the stuff that I don't need into sashimi. I'll keep those. They're quality ones. that was not quality. Even though I was just talking about making more sashimi. And let's return the crab pots to where they were before I put them to the ocean. Tomorrow. Also, do our truffle oil. And doing that now. It feels so weird to have everything lit up. I'm gonna move that down one spot. I don't do a lot of lighting in my house. Now that that day is done, let me make sure that everything still looks good on both streams. Shows me at the earnings screen there. Okay, we're all good. Alright, we made a little over 12,000, which is always appreciated. So I'm not going to obsessively check the jade, but I will be happy when I actually start getting something out of it. She's going to go into town today. And she does so frequently. House size upgrades. You have the money for them, I think the only thing I should spend money on today is another radio sprinkler to continue growing Ginger Island. Actually, I'm going to hold on to that regular quality cheese. I do need some cheese for we did get they want a Nautilus shell. Double look at this list because I don't want to be left waiting. That is a horrible feeling. You think you got everything and then realize you were mistaken. Let's save one crayfish. Save one snail and both very close. That is the bare minimum of what I need. That will responding. And now it's just spawning again. I have no idea what just happened. Let's put that on the loom. I wanted to look in here to see the other duck feathers I have. So I'm just gonna stick the cheese in here. Oh, I have more than enough milk. Yeah, I've got 13 milk in here. I'm gonna turn these two. I believe it pulls from your inventory first. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to the desert today. Not the desert, the island. Do I have any... do I have any sprinklers in here that I want to take with me? In any of these? No. What do I have in the island chest though? I did it again. And I think it's something that I installed to try and fix Plants vs. Zombies, but then I patched it so it didn't matter anymore anyway. I'm gonna take my cinder shards with me because there's still the one thing I need to trade in those for. The deluxe retaining soil. And once I've done that, once I have the deluxe retaining soil, then on a future trip to the island I can start working on the fairy rose that I like to plant out there. Here, once a largemouth bass, I may or may not actually do that. I completely ignored my crops. I should take care of that too. Maybe I should download the to-do list so I can put it in the corner while I'm playing and not forget these things. There are several times where I'm like, oh, I should do this or that, and then I just forget. If I take the sense out, would I find my brain leaking out of my ears? Maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm going to harvest and replant crops, I need to have more crops to replant. Which means I need to come here. At least I remember those 46 things. Also, let's buy another, oh, I don't know, 75 person machines to put on the island. Still need to get that last golden walnut, and I will not get it from pineapples. Now I'm questioning whether I'll make it to the island today at all. And while I'm looking at it, let's pull out 8 nautilus shell. I am going to let the sturgeon pond go up to 10. Alright, if you like, while you're planting, while you're harvesting things, you can hold down the seed packet button and immediately plant the seeds in. will not be worried about it anymore, but for the moment it's save you a little bit of time. The game time does not move while you're in the animation of picking up a plant, so saves you some game time at least, even if it's not as fast as maybe faster to just real time to just harvest and then run along planting afterwards. I don't know for sure, I haven't like timed it. I'm sure people have. Going into great detail about their findings and their methodology. Let's see how many. So you got three dig spots or 3 planting spots today. I decided I wasn't going to get rid of these, but yeah, I am going to actually. Okay, I've got the garlic and the parsnips harvested and replanted. Particularly, I need to save garlic, because I need it not only for cooking, but there's also a crafting recipe that requires garlic. The things that I panned the orange gems. I'm going to plant new carrots as well. Now I grabbed up 5, there's only room for 4. Let's do that. Put the extra carrot seed and we're still going to the island. One way or another, I do want to get there. I'm ignoring the traveling cart today. We'll see if. I don't think I really need the traveling cart anymore. I have all the bundles done. I have plenty of animals giving me things. I need to get that ostrich egg in the incubator before too long. Means I'll need to craft the ostrich incubator as well. But first, let's get to the island, find Leo, give him a gift. Today is a great day to plant more things. With it raining, I don't have to water the first time. Hello, random gemberry, giving me an emerald. Leo is inside. Here, Leo, have another duck feather. He is now at 4 hearts. We're getting there. 1 encased in fire mounting gadgets. That's the ones I do not have yet. So those are the things that sometimes have the dwarven sentries in them. Those are what the gadgets are. One person in mod, but then they disappeared. Haven't heard from them in ages. Alright, so we will the area of this one hideout first and get some pineapple seeds down. So that they're growing. And do another set. Eventually I'm going to redo all of these sprinklers, but while I'm still working on getting walnuts here, this is exactly what I want. I put that in the wrong spot. And I did it again because I'm standing in the wrong spot. There we go. And let's put down lots and lots of parsnips. Those will be done in 4 days and hopefully will yield unfortunately, I don't have another sprinkler to put down, but I will hoe out the space for one. And it's raining today, it'll be raining tomorrow, so they'll still get a couple days on them. I don't feel the need to check Mr. Q's walnut room. Yeah. But I do want to go by the island trader to get that recipe. And maybe dip into the first floor of the volcano and see if it's got any fire mountain gadgets to break it open. So I need to trade in just 50 cinder shards for deluxe retaining soil. I have no problem to get a jungle torch if I wanted to, but maybe I'll take time out of the stream at some point to actually decorate my house, island house and or farm. It's not something that I've really done much of. It could be a nice change of pace, especially once the game is basically just waiting for things to finish growing. Even with the burglar ring, I didn't get any dragon teeth there. Several Fire Mountain gadgets there. And several more here. Again, I don't know if for the ones there I actually have to kill the sentry if there is one to do it, or if I'll get it immediately upon breaking it open. I believe I get it immediately. Let's try to not die, maybe? Multiple deaths in the stream is not preferred. poorly. Of course, I want iridium. I always want iridium. At this point, I'm just going. Can we keep your hair away from me, sir? I've broken a number of gadgets open. I feel like the general chance is a little bit higher than I'm getting here. Thankfully, that tiger slime is kind of trapped. I feel like I should have gotten it by now. Like, honestly. There's gonna be a bunch over there, so I wanna... I don't have time. I'm not gonna get over. I'm not gonna get in there. I'm a little surprised that I didn't find it. Well, it's a good thing I planted everything before I left. Well, I have enough walnuts to have gotten into the walnut room. I do still need to. I do still need the rest for perfection. I should just sell those. Sell that. I'm gonna sell gems. All of these gems. Okay. I'm going to head back into the volcano and see if I can get at least 5 floors and potentially the last walnut in there as well. And I'm sure that fire mountain gadgets is the things that I was breaking open, not like a treasure chest or monster trap or anything like that. I barely managed to get that taken out. Alright, journal scrap. When I was a boy of 10 years old, my father gave me a glow ring and a magnet ring. They've never left my fingers since. However, when I was standing on top of the volcano, a strange idea came over me. I took my 2 rings and cast them into the forge. Lo and behold, they combined into one. Now I've got one glowing magnet ring. I hope old Bobby doesn't mind. Rest his soul. Well, I've already combined a ring. Or I have not combined a ring yet, because I don't have an iridium band. But yeah, you can combine rings fairly easily. And if you decide you don't like the combination you made, you can uncombine them too. It's not permanent. have a lot of punishment in this if you decide you don't like something. Hey, I got sunglasses, cool. Yeah. I'm a fan of shades. I don't wear them much these days. I haven't worn contacts in a while, and I need something to help me see. Should have glasses. And I know there are some glasses, like some sunglasses, that are designed to be worn over regular glasses. I at least have transition lenses, so it helps a little bit. Coming for you, Tiger Storm. Don't worry. They will come. Though, I suppose, what is this with them? Lurk. Alright, we're on the 3rd floor. Whew! That was close. I almost lost that dragon tooth to the lava. But I realized they dropped it just in time. I moved something out of my way so I can pick it up. There's one over on that island there, but it's not easy to get to. There's some graphical issues because there are so many gems stacked there. I'm actually gonna trash the golden coconut. I just don't need it. What is with the thickness of these Roman centuries today? I thought I was gonna die. Give me some sashimi. I had sashimi just a couple weeks ago and I already missed it again. There were some sushi rolls that I saw at the store, but they weren't even in the seafood section. They were in a refrigerated case that I like the store that I go to, but the stuff in that case is not always I've seen expired things in that case before. And grocery store sushi would be iffy at best. So I was not tempted to do by those rules. I see the dragon skeleton and the dragon tooth over there. I see the exit to this floor. And I want to see if there are some dwarf gadgets. I don't see any over there. There are 3 on the floor with the emergency exit. If you see one of these guys, make sure to pick up the dragon's tooth before you kill them, as their explosion will poison the tooth. Given the choice between pineapple seeds and taro, I'll take the pineapple. Okay. Moving on to the 5th floor. There are some fire mounting gadgets. So for all I know, you can't actually get it from one of these 3. I'll use that to get everything back. At this point, I should probably just go to the end. If I want the Cinder Cloud Shins, I have enough shards with me right now. In fact, I think I'll do that. Well, once I have the room for it. Why not? The Cinder Cloud Shins have higher defense and immunity than the Space Boots. So even if I decide I don't like how they look, I at least have the Cinder Cloud shoes so I can put the stats on to something I do like. Generally, something with clown in the name I'm not going to like. I'm not a fan of clowns. The age at which I watched it was not the age at which you should be watching that ever. I'm not talking to the whole book with Tim Curry now. Scar strategy. Dealer. If I had a need to find rare fish, that is exactly what I was going to use to do so. Look it up. You never know when you are going to decide you need a rare fish. Until I have the walnut and break as many as I can. The exception was that strange one in the middle of an island. Which probably had it, but there's gonna be lots on 4-9. There always is. My headset is starting to beep, but oh, apparently I can get one in a stone. Which makes me think that I was just counting wrong to begin with, because that is not a fire mounting gadget. I'm almost positive. Having that farm wolf totem is actually very nice. It's already too late for me to pet my animals today. But I do have the auto feeder and the auto grabber, so that won't be a problem. I also know for a fact that there's not any crops done today. Come on. Let's find out what's in this chest. There we go. Now, was I really that wrong? Encased in fire mounting gadgets is... Encased in fire mounting gadgets. Destructible gadgets, which have a small chance to drop a walnut when you break one. Same gadgets there. Yeah, I found 2 walnuts, but without breaking that. There's something that I don't see. Dragon scale boots. Those are just wild defense. Gee, I'm not even playing Skyrim today and I'm still finding dragon scale. In any case, I'll break the last gadget here. Ran through the entire dungeon today and did not get one gadget. Let's warp home. And let's try and get some stuff put away. Yeah, I have well more than enough dragon teeth now. I have enough that I could play around with the enchantments a little bit. Now my animals did get to graze outside since I didn't come back yesterday. It's already open. But they are definitely all asleep. And while in many cases you can just hold down the button to get through things quickly. If you run into an animal that's asleep, it will tell you that it's sleeping rather than just let you move on like usual. course, aren't all my animals at full friendship anyway? The dinosaurs aren't at yet. Everything else is, so it's not a big deal that I didn't get the pet food for them. And of course, there's plenty of truffles out here. I'm not even gonna worry about that stuff. Get the lava eel roe processing, sell the legend roe. Or aged legend roe, I should say. I will get 2 more truffles processing. I have some time. I'm gonna get the fruit tree fruit. As I said, it's not a lot, but it is a little bit of a boost. One of the mango trees is finished, so I was able to get a mango for the first time today. I'm going to craft 2 things on the next day. The ostrich incubator and the farm computer. Even if she's asleep, she still says goodnight when you come home. And the last thing I will do is I will grab the jade so that the countdown for them resumes. Same thing with that emerald. Pet the cat and go to bed. Give me just a minute so I can plug in this headset so it'll stop beeping. Alright, we're back in. My uncle just liked my tweet. They actually asked me some questions about Stardew Valley. It's always nice when family members take an interest in what you're doing. Yes, I do have the place under control, Penny. Thank you for noticing. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way. Plus I got 50 wood, which I always appreciate. The kale, tulips, and potatoes will be done today. thumbnail as is. It's exceedingly rare for me to take care of the animals before drops playthrough. What's happening instead? So it is now Sunday, which means gifts have reset for me. It also means that if I wanted to do the skill care recommendation quest, I would have to do it today. But when you're doing that, you want at least some staircases, regardless of whether you want the staircase all the way down or not. Not there yet. I have the jade duplicating now, so I'm working towards that goal. I'm not there yet. Between the two. No, the main thing on my agenda for this day is those crafting recipes I mentioned. I do have 8 staircases, which is something. That's probably all you would need to at least skip the rest of those. Is it tulip or jazz? I think it's blue jazz honey that sells for more than tulip honey. I have so many Reddit threads and wiki pages and just images saved. So tulip honey with artisan sells for $224. Jazz honey sells for $280. So I want to take those bee houses and put them in range of the blue jazz that will be growing. That's fine. That layout will work. Here's a leek. I still need 12 of them. I'm hoping that the seeds I planted will give me all on the first go, but it's not terribly likely. Alright. I don't have the seeds yet, so I can't plant at the same time. But potatoes often give 2. It's not like blueberries or cranberries where they're guaranteed to give a bunch, but they will often give 2. So since I don't need the tulips for the honey, I'm going to harvest all of them. And I still have 3 spaces open, so no matter what quality of kale I pick up, I'll have room. I have that one strange spot where my crops don't line up, the parsnips don't line up with the kale and potatoes. I will fix that on the 13th when everything is ready to be harvested on the same day. As with other flowers, I keep all of the non-quality ones and sell the rest. So I tend to do basically every craft in this game. Alright, let's take moon over to get our crops to replant. Sam needs a diamond. I suppose I can make that happen. Alright. I got 18 instead of 16 tulips. It's okay. Everything will be fine. Getting extra seed points is not a crisis. In fact, I need some extra ones for the tub of flowers recipe. Yeah, so just as well. Let's at least get 16 of them. Now, 46 players, 46 skill, and happily growing. It's like we're farmers. I don't even know if I first 20 streams. Alright. Crops were planted. I said that the traveling cart doesn't really matter anymore, but I'm down here anyway. What are you asking for? It needs juice? Wants potato juice and pickled carrot. Potato juice. He's selling a bunch of things. Cauliflower and large goat milk would be nice if I were still working on the community center. Potato as well, pufferfish. I will get the rare seed. I mean, I'll grab the grandmother end table. I don't really need it, but I want an end table to put the tea set on, so. So I need to put a potato in a keg and a carrot in a preserve jar. Now let's get the potato and the carrot out first. Potato in a keg. Carrot in a preserve jar. Let's just wait a few days unless I want to use fairy dust. I'll see how much fairy dust I currently have and make my determination based on that. If I have double digits, then I'll go ahead and do it. Yep, I got 12. Let me keep the tea set and put it for now right there. We'll think about what's potentially. That room will be decorated. And now that I move the tea set, I can put that crystal on the table like I wanted as well. I need a dwarf gadget to make the farm computer. I also need a battery pack and 10 refined quartz. I'll do these things one at a time, so I don't get confused. Farm computer now first. And then the ostrich incubator, I need 20 cinder shards. Thankfully, I did not blow enough on the uh, cinder climb shins to make that a problem. 50 bone fragments, 50 hardwood. That will allow me to make an ostrich incubator. It says to place it in a barn because despite laying eggs, ostriches are just too big for the coop. I will put it here and put the ostrich egg inside. It will hatch in 5 days and 16 hours. Now I'm going to put the farm computer down and show you what you can do with it. If I put it in the spot I want to put it in. Space. It shows some information. Shows you your hay if you don't want to go to the silo to check it. How many total crops you have planted. How many are ready. How many are unwatered. How many are ready in the greenhouse. Tilled soil you have open. Forage items that are on the farm. If you have how many machines you have ready across your farm, and if there's anything in the farm cave, the mushroom or fruit bat. So lots of useful information there. What I'm noticing is that I'm pretty low on hay, so let's chop some more of this. I should probably have like a small area dedicated purely to getting hay. So forage items is a more useful thing on the forest farm than on other farms, as you often have forage spawn. But if you're not on the forest farm and you see that there are foraging things out there, then you're pretty sure that it's probably truffles. Alright, the animals are hidden inside. I don't see any more truffles out here. All the barn animals made it inside. That rabbit seems to be stuck. It's doing the walking up and down, back and forth thing that animals whose pathing is messed up sometimes do. Okay, it fixed itself. Let's fairy dust those like I said I would. Now that all the animals are inside, close it up. I'm still missing a forage bowl somewhere on the farm. But I mean, it's a forest farm, it could be in a number of different possible spots. Ooh, I just remembered something else that I haven't even checked yet. That was a weird effect when I added that potato juice. And I got 5 fairy dust for doing that, so not a big deal. Also, I can get mixed seeds for cave carrots now, which is fine. Yes, I can get all the new seasonal seeds plus mixed seeds. I can get the raccoon hat, mahogany seed, raccoon journal. There will be more. Yeah, the thing that I forgot about is that there's an entirely new character in the valley. Not a villager. Not someone who's even going to stay the whole game. But someone I do want to talk to. Got a trash bear. Or a raccoon or something. He has a striped tail, so I don't know if he's necessarily a bear. He wants a catfish. So he will ask you to bring him 4 items. Always things that are in season. 2 items like, you know, forageables or fish. And then 2 cooked dishes. So I do not need a catfish for cooking. So if I have a spare catfish, apparently that counts as 2 spaces wide. That's handy. Either that or it's a bug. If it's a bug, then fine. So I do have a spare catfish. So I'll go ahead and take that down to him. It's because the horse is capable of riding through fences that counts as 2 spaces wide. I think the actual implication would be that the horse is jumping over the fence, like it does in Harvest Moon, but concerned they probably didn't want to bother animating the horse jumping, which is valid. So he eats whatever you bring him immediately. Now he wants. Is that a sardine? Eh, that's I mean, I have sardine, but I'm kind of holding on to them to make Dish of the Sea. Unless I've already cooked Dish of the Sea. If I had, that would be so much simpler. But now I have not. If you've already cooked the thing, then you don't need to worry about having the ingredients to cook said thing again. But if I remember correct, I only had the 2. Yes. It's not like I can't fish one out like tomorrow or something, so it's not a big deal. It would just be simpler if I already had an extra. Have I saved any spring onions? I have. I don't need to save more. I never really needed to save any in the first place. They're not used for much. I'm not even sure spring onions can be requested as a turnip. They can be one of the forageable items you need for spring in the remixed bundles, but by default now. Okay, I'm an hour and a half in, roughly. I'm gonna take a short break and be back before too long. Let's check our earnings screens first. We had potatoes, kale, and tulip. Made over 25,000. Some of that was HLVO row, of course. But I think we did a pretty good day there. So I'll take that break and be back with you in just a few minutes. Alright, we are back, I believe. Looks like everything is good. I'm off the break screen. My headset is not muted. I can hear the game. So let's continue. Neither of the emeralds will be ready anytime soon. Let me pop out. It's fine. She's at 14 hearts. As long as I talk to her, it's all good. Spring is probably my favorite season. There's a certain freshness in the air that fills me with hope. It finally feels like spring here. I'm enjoying that. I used a jacket when I was working on Sunday, but when I was outside today, I did not need anything to keep myself warmer. It's actually a very pleasant day, and I have a blanket covering my window. Alright, so the blue jazz is done. As is the rice, so let's scythe the rice. Lots of rice. And I'm going to harvest not all of the blue jazz. If I leave that middle one, that should cover all of it. So I'll need 15 more to get the remaining spots. But I'm going to leave that last one there so that I get blue jazz honey. I'll also use the blue jazz for a cooking recipe at some point. And I'll sell the magma geodes because I don't need those anymore. And alright, let's keep some legend row aging. And make 5 sashimi out of these crab pot fish. And I'm going to go buy 16 blue jazz seeds. I'm also going to grab the diamond to take to Sam to get another prize ticket. Let's see, the Jersey market closed. Sam, well, this early Sam should be home anyway. And yeah, the museum. My name Sam is short for Samson. Most people don't know that, so keep it on me. Hey Samson, what's your diamond? Okay, so we have the strong stuff, where there's a spirit made out of potatoes that really packs a wallet, if you know what I mean. Mind dropping a few taters into a keg and bringing me a batch or two. That's 14 days for Pam. Bring her potato juice. And island ingredients popped up again. It is the pineapple one, but I don't have a lot of pineapples planted yet. So I'm going to do the plus the pineapple one can show up year round. The potato juice one can only show up in spring. So 16 more blue jazz, 15 to plant, and 1 to keep for the tub of flowers. Eventually. If I got the Pierce missing stock list, I wouldn't have to worry about buying them ahead of time, but for the time being, that's what I will do. So, I do not need to grow the potatoes, like these potatoes have already grown. And I need to keg a dozen of them and then take them to Graham's kitchen. So let's... I have 5 kegs total. 4 inside and 1 outside. Now at some point I'm going to put a buttload of kegs anyway. So let's get out what I need. Copper, iron, wood, and oak resin. And let's see how many kegs we can actually make right now. I can make 99. Let's do it. I'm going to want 137 in the end, but for now, I accidentally resized my window. Let me fix that real quick. I hope that the resizing of the window isn't doing anything on the stream. So I still have plenty of bars, I have plenty of wood. Well, not, I wouldn't say plenty of wood, I still have wood. The bars are not a concern. But I am temporarily completely out of oak resin. Let's take out 12 potatoes. That's 16 potatoes. I'll take 12 of the kegs out. I need to make a shed. That's where I'll put the rest of those. But for now, I'll just put a line of 12 kegs right here. And fill them up with potatoes. So those will be ready in 3 days and 20 hours. Maybe replant jazz. Being careful not to harvest the remaining one. And I'll put the seed in the chest. Alright, so we're still waiting on leeks, and we have the potatoes kegged. You know what? While I'm doing things related to kegs, let's get the shed built. A deluxe shed in the layout that I use holds 137 kegs. Plus I keep one outside to tell me when the stuff inside is done. Known by most in the fandom as a indicator. So let's get a shed built. I brought wood because I know that's all I need. To upgrade a shed to a larger size, you need stone as well. I'm just gonna stick it there for now. I still have a lot of figuring out where I want to put things on this farm. But for now, the shed right there will be fine. I'll pick up this leek. I am confident that in the end I will get enough leeks. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to pick up one that I see along the way. Sardines, I believe, are available in the ocean until 7. And I do still want that additional sardine for the trash bear slash panda slash raccoon slash tanuki, whatever it is. It has some magic to it, so tanuki may be the most apt way to refer to it. Anytime I mention Tanuki, it makes me want to play Mario 3. It's such a good game. They brought the Tanuki back for Super Mario 3D Land, but kind of messed with it. Because there was both a raccoon suit and a Tanuki suit in Mario 3. The raccoon allowed you to fly, and that's the aspect that they focused on. The Tanuki suit was actually a separate item that allowed you to turn into a statue as well as fly. But there's no turning into a statue. I'm right after you landing. It's always just sneak to suit anyway. Like, to make you leap is what they use. But I still enjoyed riding through the island. It was an excellent game. At least initially. I think a lot of it was nostalgia, and then when I got to the final challenge of the game, I got angry. Mario games are not terribly difficult, but there's always, especially in modern ones, there's always a final secret level once you've unlocked everything that is atrociously difficult. I beat them eventually, but goodness. Alright, you wanted a sardine, so... That's not a sardine. That was an anchovy to begin with. Well, okay. I needed to catch the anchovy for him anyway. Um... Yellow bottom. Figuring out what he wants you to cook is always the most difficult spot. I believe it's vegetable medley, which means I need a tomato and a beet, and I don't know if I planted any beets. I must have, right? Yeah, I did. I remember my old layout. I need a tomato and a beet to make vegetable medley. Now, I could wait. I could wait to cook anything until I get a very specific key quest. There is one where he wants you to cook 100,000 G worth of foods. I usually wait to do my cooking for in terms of uh, completion until I get that quest. I must have done beets. Yeah, there they are. Just because I made beets doesn't mean I can find the beets. So I'll make the vegetable medley. Yeah, cooking 100,000 G worth of cooked foods is not easy. If you've stockpiled a ridiculous number of fish, particularly low value fish, then you could turn them into, you could turn the, make a obscene amount of, sashimi and try selling that. Sashimi sells for 75 a piece, so you would need a lot, but it could be done if you've stockpiled like all of your crab pot fish for most of the game. If you have a lot of coffee, you can turn that into triple shot espresso. That's a good one to do. Also, if you want to spend the money to complete the quest, you could buy coffee from uh, the saloon and turn that into triple shot espresso. A bit more cost effective, but still very expensive is buying, I believe it is 1,667 wheat flour from Pierre's and turning that all into bread and selling it. It still takes a lot of money to do that, but it will complete the quest right away. I usually make as much sashimi and triple shot espresso as I can during the duration of the quest. And then if I do wheat flour for the rest near the end. Here's the vegetable medley. You'll have one more cooked dish for me. That is glazed yams, I believe. Yes, I need yam and I need sugar. I do not believe I don't think I've done the go to Pierre's and buy the uh, cooking ingredients yet. I typically do that. I typically don't do that until about fall of the year where I'm planning to cook everything. So, since it is only spring in the year, I'm planning to cook everything. Did I? I didn't even check on my animals today. Completely forgot about them. It is only... It's possible that when the animals should be asleep, they'll still be moving a little bit. And if they're in the process of moving, you can still pet them. But there's no guarantees. Even if they appear to be moving, it still may not work. It's not reaction. If you're reacting to their movement, it won't work. You just have to happen to be at the pet held down when they do happen to move. I do feel bad about forgetting about my animals. I had some of them petted, at least. I probably wouldn't feel so bad about it if I hadn't already missed a day of petting them because I spent most of the day at the island. But, oh well. I do still have 24 uh, rice shoots. Let's get those into the newly vacated spots. I'll try and get all of my rice harvested this season. The rice as it stands currently is unmilled. You can have Robin make a mill and mill the rice, so you can mill the rice instead of buying rice from Pierre. You can also mill beets for sugar, wheat for wheat flour. I think you can get vinegar by putting something in there. I know that there are alternative ways to get all of these things besides buying them from Pierre. So if you need to cook anything but you like doing a no Pierre challenge or something, you're not completely blocked out. Though you might be able to buy them from Joja if you're doing like a Joja run, for example. See, the other cooking things are oil, which you can use any type of oil. I would recommend putting sunflower seeds in there if you're doing that. As far as vinegar goes, I know vinegar has additional uses besides cooking in the game. There was actually a post about it not too long ago. Vinegar. So, you can get it by putting... You get 2 vinegar per rice you put in the keg. And if you use vinegar on a tree, that tree will not grow moss. That's the other use it has besides cooking. You can get it from Pierre's General Store, or you can get it from if George is running a shop at the Desert Festival. Yes, I would not recommend using... While all oil works equally in cooking recipes, I would not recommend using truffle oil for cooking. It is far too valuable. Even if you have key seasoning to make the cooked dish at higher quality, it's still not going to be to the level of truffle oil. Decided to grab that forgeable because I knew it was sitting there. and every bit of experience to try and get me to that next mastery level. I think I will go to the island tomorrow, looking for a key quest, mostly. Let's do a Junimo cart. Let's play another round. I'm actually really hoping that I'll get the Junimo cart key quest. You only get 20 key gems for completing it, but it is absurdly easy. I say as I'm going to lose this round relatively early. You just watch. And then mock me for my Junimo cart failures. Yep. Get into bed at the same time as your wife. Hey, Crop Fairy. You are ruining my layout. Crop Fairy, you ruin everything. I want uniform growth. How dare you? I hate on the Crop Fairy so much. I really shouldn't. The Crop Fairy is a good thing. I will leave that so that everything evens out. Excuse me. Spirits are in good humor today. I almost had lunch today, but I didn't have quite enough time after getting groceries to cook something else before I get set up for my stream. Plus I set up for tomorrow's stream as well. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, and I'm telling you now, before it is actually April Fool's Day, that I will still stream at the usual time tomorrow. It's been a few years since I've uploaded much on YouTube, especially besides stream stuff. But there is an entire playlist on my channel for videos I've released on April Fool's Day. This day where even if I hadn't uploaded anything else the entire year, I'd try to come up with something to level that day. One that I'll actually edit, not just an archive. And that's not always what I'm about it now. Alright, so I'm harvesting garlic, and I harvest carrots, and I'll harvest parsnips, and I will leave the crop fairy growing at kale until it is time to harvest the rest of the kale. The good news about that is that kale is a scythe crop, so I can just pick things normally, and as I don't have the scythe as my active tool right now, I'll not automatically harvest those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, I got more than enough leeks in one round, so I would not have to plant more spring seeds unless I feel like it. Save the garlic and the parsnips. I did not get any non-quality berries from that match. I will go ahead and take care of my animals, and I will go by and plant crops, and then I will take care of George's money. Because I have the key to the town, I do not have to worry about getting to George Michael's house before 7 p.m. I can go inside whenever I want. But like I said, I do also want to go to the island today, so I'm trying to get this done in a reasonably short amount of time. I have 2 names in mind for ostriches. I always give my 2 ostriches the same name in every file, regardless of any theme I may have regarding any other animals' names. I always have the ostrich in mind well ahead of time. From the very first time ostriches were announced in the game, I knew immediately what I would name them. I will buy the crops, the garlic and parsnips, and I will buy a sugar so I can make glazed yams as well, and I will drop that off on the way to the beach. Marnie wants rhubarb. My rhubarb is not done growing yet and will not be in time for that quest. Sorry, Marnie. Buy a sugar so I can make glazed yams. Actually, I have no idea whether I'm actually going to get things, get everything done today that I want to. There's already a bit of a time crunch. So that way. That is right here. Oh, this is carrots, yeah. I'm like, why is there extra space? It's because of carrots. Alright, let's harvest all of these. Thanks to the botanist profession, they are all artisan, so that's nice. More than enough leads we can ding. I'm gonna stash most of this, but I will 12 leads out. I do have 5 more carrot seeds. And 4 of them. Actually, I'll plant all 5. I have the open space when I'm planting. And pull a yam out of the tall shots. And make glazed yams. Okay. So we will ignore the truffles and truffle oil for now. I think the horse might only be able to go through or over, whatever you want to assume that it is, fences that are to a level where if you hit them with a tool, they would be broken, rather than added back to your inventory. Alright, so I'll give the second dish to the bear, and that is all we need to do for it. We'll do a little scene here. So it's called the trash bear because it places loot and clears up everything. I have that same instrument, but I don't know where it is. So the trash is gone, more foliage, and then flies away. Clears up the trash in front of the trailer and gives Dusty a... Clears up the dog area and gives Dusty a steak. And that's it. That's all. Cleans up some of the trash in town, adds some foliage, makes Dusty a happy boy. Which, if for no other reason, you should love the trash bear for that. Making dogs happy is a good thing. If you have a dog, pet your dog right now. It's okay, all I'm doing is getting stuff out for my trip to the island. I'm getting out a pineapple seed. And the duck feather. Alright. So on the way by, I will drop the leeks in George and Evelyn's house. I believe we've seen Dusty all the times we will in this playthrough. We saw Alex's 10 hard event, I believe this is 4 hard event, and that. In Stardew Valley Expanded, you can pet Dusty whenever you want. Which is possibly one of the best things about Expanded. There's also the guy who gives you some strawberry seeds before the Egg Festival. I appreciate that guy. I don't remember his name right now. It's the farmer who wears a Georgia hat and overalls. I haven't played Expanded since before 1.6 came out. I had been playing it, but then uninstalled it so that I would be playing 1.6 normally. Lewis wears his normal clothes to the beach. I do not mind the Evelyn's attire. Bailey is standing back here. She's they do occasionally comment if you give them a bouquet and then don't actually marry them. Well, Leo. Sorry. It's hard to remember to talk, normally. You think I'm weird, don't you? A little, but I'm used to it. Thanks, I've gotten used to you too. Sometimes I wonder how different my life would be if I had never washed up on this island. Back home, I didn't really care about birds. I never thought to listen to what they might be saying. normal kids would have to say about me. Do you think I could ever be a normal kid again? Yes. I guess you're right. Though living on this island has given me a lot of experiences normal kids would never have. If it weren't for the parrots, who knows what would happen to me. I'm happy I met them. I always consider them to be my family, even if that makes me a little strange. Anyways, thanks for talking to me. Maybe someday you can be a part of our family too. Here, let me teach you how to say, let's play in parrot talk. I am learning Ukrainian, not parrot. My window streak is 164 days, I believe. I can check the widget. 163 days. 164 tomorrow. My streak has not been broken since I started. 163 days? Yeah, that's when I did my first lesson. I already knew how to say a couple things, but... There's a news story on 60 Minutes a couple months ago. Reporting on something in Ukraine, and I could actually understand a little bit of what they were saying. Not a lot, but something. I will chop all these fibers. I'm not too concerned about the coconuts on the trees anymore. I got everything that I want. Golden coconuts. Alright, let's harvest these parsnips and see. I should get a golden walnut, I would think. Just based on the number of parsnips. There we go. I believe that is the last farming one. No, it was not, but there's another, so. I know I got one the first time I was doing I was doing any of the taro. There's two more now, and I think I got the first so I'm pretty sure I'm done. I'm gonna move that sprinkler over for now. So that's watering. So that's actually watering something. I usually do star fruit on the island, which is a crop you harvest by hand, but besides already growing. So I would be able to. So I'm never worried about if I've gotten enough. If I've gotten enough golden walnuts from harvesting, because, you know, I know I will. There's 3 more for the banana. There's 6 more total. Hello Tracy, welcome to the stream. I'm doing okay. So there are 6 golden walnuts left. I know 3 are from a banana. Where are the other 3? I think there's still one in the Fire Mountain gadget. Excuse me for just a moment. phone's ringing. I'm gonna see if they leave a message. I do not hear one. And it beeped in the same amount of time as it would if no message was left. Yes, I can speak louder, but I was intentionally not speaking very quietly. Okay, I'm not sure what golden walnuts. Oh, here we go. Let's play a game. Think you can score 50,000 points in your Nimble Cart Endless Mode? Prove it. There is the keys crop, shipping 500 key fruit in the amount of time. It has the highest reward at 100 key gems, but I don't like trying to find enough beans to do that. I mean, a time like now is the best time to do it when you have almost all of the Ginger Island space open, but not too worried about it. I'd rather do the Animal Cart one. I will talk to the parrot. It might give me the encased in Fire Mountain gadget again, but it might give me something different. So I will see what it has to say. It might tell me if I am actually done getting walnuts from harvesting crops. I know it can't be less than 3. I'm pretty sure it's all 5. One encased in Fire Mountain gadgets. Okay. I will be going to the volcano more. I don't have the Magma Sprite Monster Slayer goal completed yet, after all. As of yet, as of thus far, besides one, 5 viewers here on Twitch, you are the only person that has chatted in today's stream. That was on Twitch, so you wouldn't see that message. I have not yet taken the steps necessary so that people know what people on the other platform are saying. I do intend to make an overlay that shows both chats on screen during the stream, but I have not gotten around to doing so as of yet. It shouldn't be too difficult. The software I use to see both chats has a tutorial for overlaying it built in. So I do have quite a bit of ancient fruit ready. Yeah, I'll go ahead and harvest it. Looks like in 2 weeks it'll all be done. I think I will save the normal quality that I harvest here and put them in the kegs once the shed is ready. Because ancient fruit wine will give me a lot of money. I mean, I only had 44 to harvest today. But I'll have 116 to harvest when they're all ready. was able to get 3 mangoes today. It's not super important, but I am going to double check when the other trees will be done. The 21 days for that banana tree, 13 days for that one, and 21 days for that mango. So 21 over there, but in 2 weeks that banana will give me the first one, which will allow me to get more golden walnuts. I already closed those up, so I'm ready for bed. But let's give Junimo Cart some tries to get key gems. I only need 50,000, I don't need to set a top score. And I'm awarded the gems at the end of the game. It's not going to have a pop-up during the round of giving me key gems. Typically, to get 50,000, it doesn't take me more than 2 or 3 tries. The last time I did it on my first try immediately upon completing the quest. Mostly for this is why I would recommend clearing progress mode of Junimo Cart, so that you have the arcade machine in your house, so you don't have to go to the saloon to try and complete the quest. Just do it at home. 30,000, this is typical for the first 2 stages. That was a little bit unfortunate. Bubble placement. If I miss the first fruit, I'm just gonna throw myself off. I was trying to decide whether I thought I could get the cherry on the Gem Seed Giant, and spent so much time deciding that I wasn't in the proper position for the bubbles. So it was not an unfair bubble placement, it was totally player error. Their Junimo Cart can be unfair sometimes, this is not one of those cases. I knew I could get that fruit if I jumped at the right time. If you can get the 3 fruits here without sacrificing your life, then by all means do so. It means I don't have to risk anything collecting fruits here on Ghostly Galleon. I don't know how I survived that. I thought for sure I was in the hitbox. Wow. I see that there's someone in the chat. I will greet you when I'm not in the middle of a Junimo Cart. Hello, Luna. Yes. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing okay. Alright, I played Junimo Cart and it didn't take me too long to do what I needed to. Which is about as much as you can help for when it comes to Junimo Cart. You don't have to play for too long. Hey, here's my top score though, on this file. dangerous. Yeah, I cleared it. Wow. This is an exceptional run. Over 100,000. Oh, I haven't done that. I haven't had a Junior card like this in ages. I think I've only beaten this score like 2 or 3 times ever. And I remember the old version of Junior Milk Cart before Concerned Ape decided to change the game. I cycled it. If you make it through every stage on Endless, it speeds up a little bit for the next round. So I'm moving faster now. And bounced off of that. But wow, that was an exceptional run. 118,780. I'm so happy I caught that on stream. Ah, I might have to flip that actually. Ah, that is such a satisfying run. And I got the key gems too, so. And I had ancient fruit harvest, so I'm making tons of money that day. I have no complaints right now. I am approaching 3 hours, so I'll probably only do another day or two. Definitely not making it to the Egg Festival today. And we'll pick up the jade. That diamond is not quite done yet, but this one is. I do have a gift to get Penny. And the coffee bean is done. Another one in there, and in the mail today, I will get something that'll make it so that I have all the coffee I will ever need. Dear Patrick, thank you so much for the leaks. They look fresh and delicious. George will love them. Today I'm going to surprise him with 12 little gift-wrapped treasures, thanks to you. Stop by if you want to be there. Evelyn. P.S. Please accept this gift. I think you'll enjoy it. She gives you the coffee maker, which will produce 1 coffee every single day. Grab her. So if you're someone who likes to use a lot of coffee in the game to speed up, that is essential to get. And George himself sent me 35 stone. Not as a reward for doing that, but I can think of it that way if I want to. So I will stop by their house at some point to see the connected scene. I don't have to do it today, but it's always nice to see the little scenes that are attached to the community request. I got the prize ticket for completing it yesterday. You get the prize ticket immediately, not the reward the following day. I think I might go to the quarry today and clear it out. I am still working on mastery, but levels, and quarry is a good place to get experience. Although, another good way to get experience is slaying monsters, and with several goals left to go, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and maybe some serpents as well. Just a little wordplay. anything done growing? No. I didn't think there would be. Rhubarb in 4 days, cauliflower 3. All of that stuff will be done on the day of the egg festival, so I want to make sure that I buy all those crops the day before. I have 4 crab pot fish, so that's how many sashimi I want to make. I'm going to grab 2 of the sturgeon I caught when I was working on the extended family quest and toss them in with the other 8 sturgeon so that the pond is at max capacity. I'm wasting a day, but it's okay. So we go over, see the leak, see. I will clear out the quarry today and work on Monster Slayer and other things another day. I do have over 500,000 G now, which is nice. Leo wants an amethyst. That is easy one to fulfill. And come in here. Patrick, what's the meaning of all this? Is this some kind of prank? Well, tomorrow is April Fool's Day, but we want to show our appreciation. Leek. My favorite, just like Mama used to make so many years ago. Well, that... I guess maybe I'm not as forgotten and ignored as I thought. Thanks, son. You made an old man's day. You gave me a tea set and made my day, so I am more than happy to have given you the leeks. Homegrown tulips make for a lovely springtime gift. Tulips are a loved gift for Evelyn. Let me turn off the star and television and we can have a little chat. Yes, once you're good friends with George, he will offer to turn off the TV and talk to you. It's a big deal. While I'm walking by Lewis's house, I may as well turn in the prize tickets. Get 15 bombs and 5 mystery boxes. Next will be a fairy dust, and then 5 triple shot espresso and another plant. It's all basically cycling at this point, but that's fun. If I'm going up to the mountain area anyway, there's something else I should do. Go ahead and get Robin upgrading my shed to a big shed. I need both stone and wood for that, and I think 25,000 G is the price to upgrade. Which for an upgraded shed is a small price to pay. I could use the bombs to speed up my clearing of the quarry, but I will not. But I will water a random spot on the ground. I will take a stack. The partial stack of stone was going to be enough, but the partial stack of wood will be. Excuse me, Schrodinger. I'm trying to get through. Move, you darn cat. You're cute, but you're in my way. Alright, so construct farm buildings, big shed, 20,000. I do have wood and stone on me. Alright, so once it's upgraded, it will be able to hold all of my kegs and more. There's another leek and horseradish over here. There's a bubble spot, but I'm not out here for fishing. I'm out here for mining. Alright, so we got, now that it's spring, the trees in here can grow to their full height. So I will take those down, at least once they're fully grown. That'll give me some experience and some of the wood I just used back. There are also plenty of dig spots over here usually, so don't ignore those either. Put the trees down. Oh, now I don't see any other dig spots immediately. I don't know if today will be enough to get up to another forging mastery level, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. I suppose I could take the time to calculate how much experience I'll get from all of this, but that would necessitate me pausing and counting. It's much more interesting to just break everything and see what I end up with. I usually do it in a pattern like this. It just makes the most sense to me. We have, with how many star drops we have more than enough energy to clear the quarry in a single day. Even if we have left it for a while. A lot of people use the quarry for not stone. They'll put additional kegs here, or crystallariums, or smelters, or use it as a tree farm. In one of my old files where I wanted multiple sheds full of kegs, I filled the entire quarry with oak trees and tapped all of them so I could get enough oak resin to make that happen. So after clearing out the quarry, we are at 20,619 of 25,000 experience towards next mastery. Bubbles are still going, so I'll get the panning spot first. And the bubbles went away while I was finding my fishing rod. That's okay. I will return home and sort out everything that I just got from the quarry. It is far too late to try and go to the desert or the island today. I have the key to the town, so I can still get to the island via the boat. But it would only be worth going there right now if I intended to spend the night there, and I do not. We have more than a full stack of coal. That won't last long, but for the moment we do. I use so much coal. I'm not going to make a ton more preserved jars, I don't think. At least not in the immediate future. But bee houses I'm going to make a lot of, and those require coal. Plus, there's always more bars to smelt and fish to smoke. So even if you have more than a full stack of coal, it's never enough coal. But I'm not going to pretend like the addition of coal nodes didn't make a decent attempt at it. I am very, very low on hay. I may actually have to buy hay. I will remind that I have the animal catalog, so Marnie does not have to even be at her shop for me to buy hay. She would be tomorrow, but I'm not sure that I would want to buy it tomorrow, and so it may not matter. Well, normally the way I determine when I'm going to end the stream is I will not start a day after 3 hours, but before that I will. But I'm at 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. And I think that's splitting hairs a little bit. So I'm going to end the stream with this day. Let's take a quick look at the farm computer. Figure out my stats. The machines ready are usually what's inside the animal buildings. I have 14 crops ready. That's the blue jazz and the uh, crop fairy sped up kale. Nothing's ready in the greenhouse right now. There's still a... And the open tilled soil is where the spring crops were. There's still a forage item somewhere on the farm. I don't know where it is. I don't think it's a truffle, because I checked even outside the fenced area and could not find it. And I don't see it in any of the partial patches around the edge, which is usually where you would check if you were looking for such a thing. So I do not know where the additional foraged item on this farm is. It's possible that it spawned out of bounds. That can happen. It's not necessarily a common occurrence, but it can happen. I would probably need to switch my foraging profession to tracker to find it. OBS disconnect. Okay, OBS. Gotta end my streams. OBS had a disconnect, and I had to restart the stream. So yeah, I think that's probably a good time to call it. Let me make sure that I'm actually live again so that you know what I'm saying right now. Yeah, live again on Twitch, and YouTube was down for long enough, for a short enough time that, yeah. So yeah, with an OBS disconnect, I think thankfully that one was already done. So I'll use the tool on it. So yes, we are going to end the stream here. If you're watching live on YouTube or on Twitch, whether you're chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going, it is progressing favorably for you. And as is the custom when I end a Stardew Valley stream, let's do it by checking my earnings screen. We got a good 34,000, largely thanks to Age Legend Grow and truffle oil. I would say that's a good day to end on, and I will see you in the next one.